Hello everybody. La mgambo likilia kuna neno. When you hear the siren, know that there is an important message. This is your coach, the pioneer of Vision Total Football Kenya and the frontline soldier in the revelation of Kenyan football. Today, I want to have a conversation around the national team coach, yeah? And I want us to start by talking about Gareth Southgate. Gareth Southgate is the national team manager. Yeah, the Three Lions, the England national team. Back in Kenya, or if I can say it, back home, Ghost Mule right now is the national team manager or the national team coach, whichever name you want to use. Now, the reason why I want us to have this conversation today, because it is baffling, yeah? The number of coaches that Kenya has employed and sacked, it is alarming, and we need to talk about it. And this is why I started by saying, let us look on the England side. Now, I've done my research, I've done my maths simultaneously, or whichever method you want to use, but I have a message for you, and this is an important message. In England, since 1946, that is 74 years ago in this 2020. England national team has only had 16 coaches. The number of coaches who have coached all the managers, yeah, the England national team manager, yeah, they have only been 16 in the last 74 years. That gives us a message that one coach on average has served for 5 years, for a total of 5 years. That is from 1946 to now 2020. There has only been 16 coaches who have dealt with England national team. Now, in Kenya, back in 1960, when the first coach was appointed to deal with Harambee Stars, it was 1960, yeah? And he was a sport officer during colonial time based at the coast. He was the first national team manager in Kenya, 1960. Since then, up to now, 1920, is around 60. I have worked this out, yeah? It is around 60 years, yeah? It is true. From 1960 to now, 2020, it is 60 years. In these 60 years, Kenya has hired national team coach 42 times. Yeah. So England on one side, in 74 years, it has only hired 16 coaches. Kenya on the other side, in 60 years, it has hired 42 for coaches 42 different times. And I'm saying 42 different times because some coaches have been hired 3 times. For example, like Reinhard Fabisch. Ghost Mule has been hired 5 times. Kemanzi has been hired 3 times. Therefore, it is 42 times of hiring coaches, but the actual number of coaches in Kenya is 32. But the total number of hiring is 42 times. Now compare that to England, 16 times, and look where the success is. And the reason why I want us to go here is because now, in regard to Kenya, it shows that one coach have only been lasting for 1 year, 4 months. In England, 5 years on average. In Kenya, 1 year, 4 months. But it has even got worse. From 2016 up to now 2020, FKF has hired 5 coaches, or it has had 5 coaches. Bobby Williamson, who was sacked, then Okumbi, then Paul Put, then Kemanzi, and now Ghost Mule. That is a period of 4 years. We have had 5 coaches. So even the time that these coaches are serving the national team have now reduced. It was before 2016, it was on average 1 year, 4 months. From 2016 to now, it has reduced to 1 year, 2 months. This sacking of coaches is serious. It is something as a nation we must confront and deal with, because a national team coach for 1 year, 2 months on average, and Kemanzi, only lasted for 2 months. He was sacked in July, and now, October, before the end of October, he was already gone. That is Kimanzi. Now we have Ghost Mule. Before that, we had Sebastian Mine. Before that, we had Paul Put. Before that, we had Okumbi. Before that, we had Bobby Williamson. I'm giving you a period of 4 years, 2016 to 2020. How can you tell me this is correct? How can you tell me I'm a noisemaker? How can you tell me that my message has no substance? Please think again, because I truly believe things are so wrong and we are living in denial as a country. Yeah, there is no way a coach can be expected to perform, yeah, in 1.2 months to take us to the World Cup or to take us to the AFCON, where we know it has taken us 15 years to go back there. And then a coach is brought, and in just about 1 year and 2 months, he's expected to take us to AFCON and even take us to the World Cup. This is wrong, yeah? And the coaches are the ones who are suffering. The federation has totally failed. It has no vision. It has no ambition. It now shift that burden to the coaches. That's why I call this hiring that Harambee Stars, yeah, has become a slaughterhouse for coaches. And this is why I said on one of my videos that there is no coach, yeah, who is concerned about his credibility, who is going to go to coach Harambee Stars. There is no coach, yeah, who want to guard his integrity, who is going to coach Harambee Stars. This is why you see FKF, they are stuck. Where to find a coach? They will keep recycling. And I want to say this. Any player who has been in Harambee Stars for 4 years, let's say Olunga, Wanyama, Ayub, Timbe, it means that in the last 4 years, they have seen, yeah, 5 different coaches. How do we expect stability in this? Because stability is important. Stability comes first and then consistency. How do you tell a player who has been coached by 5 coaches in the last 4 years that you want them to perform? This is wrong. Yeah? That when a player goes like Olunga now, if he came to Kenya, he'll find a different coach. Ayub Timbe, if he came back to play for Harambee Stars, he's going to find a different coach than the one he left just few months ago. The same with Wanyama. Because the relationship between a coach and a player is one of the most important things, because a player needs to trust the coach. The coach needs to trust the player. They need to work together as a team. The player needs to understand what the coach wants to do and what the coach expects him to do. And on the other side, the coach needs to have respect for players, need to develop good relationship with the players. This relationship is key. Forget about the federation. When we talk about the national team, one of the most important things is the relation between the player and the coach. And this and this idea of hiring and firing coaches like this is something even the government of Kenya should get involved. It is not right, and we are going nowhere. Maybe now you will understand what I'm saying, that the federation has totally failed the country. And before, we were talking about elections. Today, we are talking about coaches. Another day, we are going to be talking about the governance. Therefore, there are so many issues to be dealt with. There are so many rots and mess to be dealt with. How can we sort these issues without a total football evolution? That we have a new beginning, that we have a broom that sweeps everything. We have a new beginning and reform, restructure, and make things right in our Kenyan football. We have women football to talk about. We have youth football to talk about. We have disability football to talk about. How are we going to do this? Because the federation cannot even deal with the simple things of hiring coaches. Wakenya wenzangu, this is an indictment to the leadership of FKF. How does the FKF president parade a coach on TV and say, this is our coach, this is the coach we trust, and in 2 months that coach is gone? Another coach comes in, is paraded on TV, and few months he's gone. Wakenya, why have we agreed to be made fools? Wakenya, we are smart. Wakenya, we have passion for our football, but our federation has made us look like fools. Outside Kenya, we look like total fools, all of us. I leave you in peace, I'm gone.